Welcome back to school, Buffalo. Happy Monday. You can see that we have a Dr. Seuss themed background for us today because this is a very special week. This is Dr. Seuss's birthday is actually this coming Saturday, so March 2nd. So you might see a lot of Dr. Seuss. Your teachers might read your Dr. Seuss books. You might see that going around because this is kind of the week where we kind of celebrate Dr. Seuss and then also just how much he did for reading. So do you guys have a favorite Dr. Seuss book that you've read? Alex, what's your favorite Dr. Seuss book that you've read? Cat in the Hat. That's a good one. I have a joke about that in a second, so I'll get back to you about that. Cat in the Hat's a good one. What about you, buddy?
Horton Hears a Who.
Horton Hears a Who. That is another very, very good one. Did you know The Grinch is a Dr. Seuss book?
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that? Yeah, The Grinch is great. I like that. That's a
Probably
good
one of
movie.
my favorites.
That's a good one. Yeah, absolutely. Mine is Fox and Socks. It's very hard to read, but it's fun. You can go all over the place. So that's a good one, too.
Mine was green eggs and ham.
Green
I
eggs
remember
and
when I
ham's
was
a
in
good
kindergarten, we got to make green eggs and ham. Our teacher made green eggs and threw some ham in there.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about one more social skill this week. The way to disagree with somebody appropriately. Every day we have, whether it's we're playing with friends out at recess, or something happens in class, or it could be we're talking about something that we're working on a project together, and we might disagree with somebody. And we want to make sure that when we disagree, that we do it in a way that is kind and appropriate and kind of gets our point across, right? In the end, when we disagree, we're really just wanting people to understand why we disagree with them. So, some ways that we need to do this. First, make sure you look at the person when you talk to them. Use a pleasant voice with them. Don't get angry or upset. Again, it's just their opinion, your opinion. You just have a disagreement. Then you want to make sure you tell them that you understand how they feel or what it is that they believe. Then tell them what it is that you feel that's different, right? So Mr. Morris says, I think green eggs and ham is my favorite, and I disagree with him. I might say, I get that green eggs and ham is your favorite, but my favorite book is Fox and Socks. And then maybe give a reason. So, a reason why I like Fox and Socks is because it's a play on words, and it kind of builds on itself, and I just think it's funny and goofy. And then give Mr. Morris a chance to respond and say something back so you can hear them. Because sometimes when we stop and we really listen to people we disagree with, we might actually learn a whole lot from them about what that is that they're trying to say. So this week, guys, I really want you to practice whenever you're having a disagreement with somebody, doing it in an appropriate way. A good way that maybe that you guys can both learn from each other. And sometimes it's okay to say, you know what? My book, the book that I like, is different than the book that Mr. Morris likes. And that's okay. So now, if we have birthdays and events.
We do. We have some birthdays. We have some events. I also have a great trivia
which
question.
I need your help with, guys, because it stumps me all the time.
All right, we're going to go. Obviously, we're going to go with the Dr. Seuss trivia question.
Of course.
So Dr. Seuss died in 1991.
Yes, he did.
The last book that he published before he died.
Oh.
I just want to know.
Is it well known?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So think about that for a moment while I get through some birthdays. So starting this week, we have Aaron Valley, Evan Lotus, Madison Dace, Amari Greenfield, Wee Tran, Christine Ayala, Grace Dix, Zariah Sadiq, Asaya Asmanovich, and Matthew Gerleman. Happy birthday to those guys. We also have a couple of events this week. Wednesday, just want to remind you, it is an early dismissal day. So we'll do our character assemblies in the gym just as we always do. Make sure you know what your dismissal plans are for Wednesday. And then the only other thing, character council, you guys have a meeting on Thursday. So,
can we have a hint?
It's a well-known book.
Well, there's a lot. I mean, he has a lot of well-known books in our defense. Like a lot of well-known books.
That's fair.
He doesn't really narrow it down. You say well-known.
Okay. I will give you a hint. This is, and I feel like I'm just going to give it away.
That's okay.
But
you probably won't. We'll still probably miss it.
So Mr. Morris was a 5th grade teacher. And every year I gave my students at the end of 5th grade a little going away note, and I borrowed a line from this book.
So I think I know the name of this. I told you guys we talked about this before. One of the books that we talked about before, do you guys remember it? It's about like whenever you leave somewhere and you like all the neat things you could do.
All the places you go.
It is All the Places You Will Go. Yes.
All right.
So what's interesting though is that's the last book he published before he died. There have been several books that have come out after he died. That's called posthumously, when something comes out after a person dies. There's even a new book of short stories set to be released in 2019. So Dr. Seuss, been gone a while, but still a lot of great stuff out there.
Fantastic. So my joke. We talked about Cat in the Hat. It's your favorite Dr. Seuss book that you've read. The Cat in the Hat. What type of musical instrument or musician is the Cat in the Hat? What kind of musician is the Cat in the Hat?
Trumpet.
No. He is a percussionist.
Oh.
He's a cat. A percussionist. All right, guys, Beer Bomb, let's have a fantastic week from our friends here today. Remember, guys, to always be the nice kid.